Hello everyone and welcome to another video. So with registration around the corner, in today's video we will go over the steps on how to register at the University of Johannesburg. So the very first thing that you will need to do is to pay the registration fee. So in my previous video, I mentioned that the registration fee for off-campus students is 5,560 Rand. For those on campus, it is 9,270 Rand. You will either pay at an FNB into UJ's account, and once again, please visit UJ's website in order to see their banking details. Now, paying from FNB will ensure that your money reflects quickly so that you can get unblocked and proceed with registration. If you pay from other banks like Capitec, it is a bit risky because your money could reflect some hours or even a whole day later. And in between, your place will most likely be given to somebody else. It happens all the time. Now, alternatively, in order to ensure that your money reflects quickly, you can opt to pay online via uLink. So I'll quickly go over the steps on how this can be done. So firstly, you will log into uLink, enter your student number and your password. Now, if you are using uLink for the first time, you need to select create password and then follow the steps that come. Now, once you are logged in, you select the classes tab. Then you select register. This will then lead you to the ITSI enabler. Now, once there, you click check and credit card payment to show more options. Then you select online payment. You will then be prompted to enter the amount you wish to pay. And here you just enter the numbers. So let's say you're paying 5,560 Rand. You just enter 5560. You do not need to put the Rand sign there. Now, once you have paid, you can check if you have been unblocked. And in order to do this, you will select registration verification. And if it looks like this, it means you've been unblocked and you can proceed with the next steps. If an error like this is showing, it means that your registration fee has not reflected yet. I also mentioned in my last video that if you are going to be funded by NSFAS does unfortunately take time to pay the registration fees. And whilst you're delaying, your place once again will be given to somebody else who's most likely on the waiting list. Now, in order to avoid this, it is advised that you have the registration fee on hand so that you can pay when registration opens. And then later on in the year, you can apply for a refund when refund applications open. Given that you have been unblocked, the next step would be to select your modules. Now, still under the registration section, you will select Submit Registration. You will then have to select your modules. The modules that have been selected for you already are the ones that are compulsory. Also, keep in mind that when selecting your modules, please do your research so you know what exactly you'll be getting yourself into. By now, you should have already downloaded your faculty's yearbook and located your degree inside and seen what modules you'll be taking in the years to come. Now, some degrees do not have electives, so keep that in mind. Step 4 would be to double check the modules that you have selected. Now, sometimes an error can occur, and this is usually due to incompatible module choices. This error, however, thankfully, is usually followed with instructions that you will need to follow in order to clear it. If everything is in order, you will then click Save and Continue. Now we've reached the very last step. So the very last step would be to now print your proof of registration. Still under the registration part, you will select proof of registration. Now this is an example of what a proof of registration will look like. It is just a list of all the modules you'll be taking throughout the year. You will need this in when you go and collect your student card so that they may grant you access to the campus, and also the people who are working at the student card issuing center will need to see this proof of registration as well. Now, the University of Johannesburg does have a step-by-step guide on how to register, and this can be found on their website if you wish to see it or read it through, or you could pause the video and just take a quick look at the steps.